Welcome back, True Seeker. In the headlines, Houston rapper BeatKing, also known as Club Godzilla, dead at 39. And in the opening paragraph about all the articles written about his passing, it mentions he was a father with 2 young daughters. Notice, his date of passing was August 15th, 2024, the Jesuit order's birthday. And his alias, Club Godzilla, has the same gematria value as the Jesuit order. On top of that, his birth name, Justin Riley, equates to 54 forwards and 72 in reverse, just like Jesuit order. And remember, the Jesuits' logo is the sun. The word sun, S-U-N, equals 54, and the sun moves 1 degree on the astrological wheel every 72 years. And it's part of the reason we got the first Jesuit pope on the 72nd day of the year. And it's part of the reason John Carroll established the first Jesuit university when he was 54 years old. And it's part of the reason the Jesuit headquarters is at Building 54. And it's part of the reason that Matthew Perry, who died at 54, was in the headlines yesterday on the Jesuit order's birthday, and how his death was perfectly synced with the HBO Friends special when HBO was founded by a Jesuit. And it had to do with the actor Johnny Wachter, who got whacked, also being in the news, who had the character name from General Hospital, which equals 72, but his character name equaled 54. Again, we talked about all these things yesterday. So now this news breaks the day after, but you read the article, he passed yesterday, unexpectedly for unknown reasons. On this day, remember it was Jesuit-educated Donald Trump. His brother died unexpectedly on August 15th, the other year. But with regards to those Jesuits, look at what day Justin Riley's birthday was. It was April 19th. And that's the day in history Ignatius of Loyola became the first superior general of the Jesuit order. And that's why Jesuit puppet RFK Jr. gave his first speech running for president on that day. It's why that day comes up year after year. It's why the Revolutionary War began on that day in history. Yesterday was also the anniversary of World War II's formal end. As I wrote about almost a decade ago now, every world war traces back to the Jesuit order and the Roman Catholic Church, who the Jesuits serve. All roads lead to Rome. For other familiar patterns that we've talked about outside of the Jesuit angle, this man died on 67 date numerology. Blood sacrifice equates to 67 in gematria, as does human sacrifice. Soul equals 67, as does satanic. Bob Dylan told us years ago on 60 Minutes, if you want to make it in show business, you got to sell your soul. For another familiar pattern, this man died 118 days after his birthday. Just rewind to August 11th videos. We were just talking about this. Death equals 118. Homicide equals 118. The deadly fire in Greece started on 11/8 in a town that equates to 118. Same thing that happened a few years back on November 8th, the other 118 date, in Paradise, California, and Los Angeles, California, 2 towns that equal 118. This number connected death and destruction. One of the most famous hip-hop deaths of all time, Tupac, dead on 118 date numerology. And then last, in light of him dying at age 39, again, 2 of the most famous black Americans of all time, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., both killed at age 39. By the way, those 2 only met one time in history, and it was on a day very important to the Jesuits. It's another day, March 26th. That was a date with 93 numerology, like how both of their non-birth names, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., both equated to 93, the reflection of 39. And, there's a lot that you can say about black history and 39 and deaths. A big hit song from Motown by the Temptations, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, the opening lyrics to that song. It was the 3rd of September. It was a day I'll always remember. That was the day my daddy died. But again, think about that date, 3993. This music from around the time of those assassinations of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. As for why they associate 39 with black history, again, look into, the book of Enoch, removed from the Bible as we know it, which makes things very clear about the people in the Old Testament the real Hebrews, who were darker complected people. Again, fast forward to Revelation at the end of the Bible about the synagogue of Satan, those who claim to be you-know-whos but are not. But yeah, just all these perfect, undeniable examples of what went down this year on the Jesuit Order's birthday. We talked about the great white singer Jack Russell. Again, his full name, 277, dead on the Jesuit Order's birthday, 277 days after their leader's birthday, Arturo Sosa. Again, that's the 59th prime, like Pope Francis is 59, who Benedict stepped down for. Again, Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope, who again took the throne at on the 72nd day of the year, March 13th. So yeah, R.I.P. to this young man, and another darker complected home now without a father, and that's a major agenda that goes way beyond this man, that's been in place for decades. So, if there's any big channels out there that can throw us a life preserver, again, I got a sinking channel over here. Shouldn't be sinking. We're sinking because we actually stick to truth. But it'd be nice if somebody with a big platform could recognize this work and help get the word out. I suppose if you care about injustice, ritual murder, which everyone really should, you'd be in the market for helping us out. And thank you to everyone who does support the work, you guys. Last month, we had our biggest drop-off yet. Again, we've dropped every single month since we pounded pavement from coast to coast, Seattle to New York, bringing people together in every city. For whatever reason, last month, we lost 500 people. So, again, when we traveled to New York, we were up to 7,000 people supporting the work. We're down to 3,000. And, again, I feel like it's a countdown to zero, unfortunately. But, again, thank you to everyone who's figured out a way to maintain support. And if anybody else can help us out, thank you very much, because this work needs to get out there in a much bigger way. Till next time.